voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog. We fighting above the law.
You ain't saying nothing yet.
Hey!
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry that we kept you waiting a few extra minutes. We were on our way home from Walmart.
Sure, I had to poop.
No, yeah, I love to poop at Walmart. No, we went to buy Beanboozled for tonight's live stream on our joint channel to just hang out and not worry about any of this stuff and just hang out and play games and like put drama and everything aside for like an hour or two later. Hi, Crime Stories Obsessed. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Scouse. Hey, Mary T. Sheila. Yes. How do you say this? Say that word.
Indigenous.
Indigenous. What? Linguistics. Well, hello, you. Michelle M. Grab your snacks. Yes. Hey, Charm. Everybody. Okay. Ooh, 420 in chat. 422. Hey, Light Pink Mommy. Very small. Hello, everybody. So, can you guys hear me okay? I think I got volume up without. Yeah, my volume. So. Hey, Silent. Hey, Vicky. Hi, everybody. Jen. So, let's right away, because I'll show these a few times, but I am going to just show a little bit. I knew what was going on last night, but I didn't watch. We left the stream we did last night, and we went and I think did we watch a movie? Or we watched Seinfeld for sure, and then we went to bed. So I woke up this morning and I was afraid to even look, but I did. And I just saw my feed and right away talked to Don. I talked to him at 7:30 this morning. We texted a little bit and then called. And Candus was still not doing okay at all. It sounded like they still hadn't slept, but she was still crying and everything. I'm not sure which one was the first one. What's that say? So just checking if they're all okay. Oops. Sorry, guys. And then, is this the same one? No, this is the other one. So he's like, it's my fault. It's our fault we were drinking. And I'm like, no, people manipulated you. Like, here's the thing. Everyone's so proud that they got that out. Like, oh my goodness, this is breaking news, right? Like, oh my gosh, look at this. This is news. No, it's not news. It's shit that we have witnessed over and over again. And we do have recordings of exactly what happened last night. But we tried our damnedest not to air that kind of shit. Whether you think it's wrong or right, I think it's wrong. In fact, I changed my mind on everything, and Mr. Shares deleted everything. We don't have any more recordings of Don and Candus. Everything's deleted. I'm not going to share it anymore, because now, at least in this, I've learned, like, for myself, I know, like, I don't want to be that person. Because looking at it, these boys are going to see all of this, and that's not helpful to them. You can say that the Wells deserve this. That's fine if you think that. That's fair enough on you guys to think that. Because even Don himself is saying that's fair enough, like, we fucked up, okay? I'm not defending his actions at all. That's not what I'm doing. He knows he's wrong, but I can't defend the people who have knowingly told them it's okay to come on panels drinking and smoking pot or whatever. I actually always did the opposite and told him to be on my platform. I wanted him to look nice, dress nicely, be sober, have no sunglasses on. Like, I was not willing to show any of that. And now after seeing today, I'm not going to show any of that. I was going to show it after Dr. Phil episode, because I'm like, you guys are not seeing like the half of the shit. But yeah, everything's deleted, so you're not actually going to see anything released from us anymore. And if there is anything left, Mr. Shares is going to make sure it's deleted, so that if I do get angry one day, because we all know how, like, you know, I could change my mind one day if I get mad, right? We've all been to that place. Look at everybody today. But anyway, I don't want to be that person, so I don't even want to be tempted to air any of that shit. So it's gone and done. How can you be proud of yourself for airing that? And I know everybody was waiting for that hot clip like that right before Dr. Phil, right? So everyone is happy and rejoicing in what happened last night, and I can't do that because these very people, Doug, no thanks, Doug, literally knew that these guys were drinking and smoking pot and still like encouraged them to do that. Come hang out with us. Oh, I've smoked pot too today. Oh, I took 2 shots today too. You're good. Just come on panel. They wanted this. So as much as everyone thinks this is Don and Candus, I'm also blaming all of them because they encouraged this to happen and they took them at a very vulnerable moment. Whether they're guilty or innocent, this is a vulnerable time for them because they are not in their right mind frame. Whether they are guilty, not guilty, they are not mentally stable either freaking way, and you knew it. You literally told them to come on and drink and do drugs with you guys. I hope you're fucking proud of yourself. How can you be proud of that? It's disgusting. Molly Golightly, you are trash. I've unsubscribed and I feel confident in calling you trash now, and I actually think people should leave trash cans on your front lawn because that shit is funny. Okay? Trash. Doug, no thanks. Trash. 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 The lab. Trash. You guys cannot be proud of that. I cannot believe that I'm actually seeing other people share it. Like, I actually want to give credit to Chill, the real Chill Grez. He wanted to post everything that everyone's posting today, and he was like, you know what? You're right. It's kind of a distraction and takes away from still. Is Summer home today now? Is everyone proud? Did they do their job? Is Summer home? Do we have more answers now today? Baby, have you heard? Do we have more answers now after all that? Is Summer a step closer to home now? Is everyone happy with themselves? Thank you, Beth. Yeah, you heard that right, Sandra. But men who trash women anyways, trash. But anyways, you know, I'll actually take that back on the lab. I don't know him well enough to actually say that, but I do know the other ones well enough, so I don't take them back. But I will take the lab back because I only know a little about him, so I will take that one back. Hi, Melissa. Are you guys proud of everything that you've seen? Like, are you happy? Does it make a difference? Is this news to you? Because I'm telling you, everything we saw last night, that's not them cracking. Oh my gosh, breaking news. They're starting to crack and turn on each other. That's been happening every goddamn day. That's a normal Friday night for the Wells, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a normal weekend for the Wells. You guys did not get anything that's breaking news. All you did was air shit that we have chosen to not air on our channel. We tried very hard, and some of it started spilling over, which is another reason we kind of were like, we can't hide this. Like, it's getting harder for us to hide this from people. And you can say, well, why are you hiding it? Blah, blah, blah. Because I'm choosing to. This is my platform, and I have the right to pick and choose. Now, did TBI get all of that stuff? Yes, you bet they did. TBI got all of that. But I get to pick and choose what I show here on my platform. That kind of stuff should have just been sent to TBI or law enforcement and not aired. You're crazy if you think them boys are not going to see all of that. How do you think them boys, you think you care about the boys? All these people say, I care about the boys, I only care about the children. That's a crock of shit, or you wouldn't have anything from the last 12 hours posted on your channel. Because I've been those boys. So, I think it's shitty. I'm actually very upset for those boys right now, because seeing that's not helpful, you guys. That's not something they need to see, and that's something that you absolutely have the choice of putting on your platform or not. But you're only caring about the views, as everyone says about me, caring about the money, because that shit is all monetized now, and having the hottest clip right before Dr. Phil, and that's fucking sick. That's not putting those boys first. And when it started getting harder to hide that kind of shit, we didn't want to have anything to do with it. And also, yes, it was very toxic.
Yeah.
But,
and they weren't doing this right at the beginning either.
Yeah, it wasn't really until the whole...
It's getting worse.
It is getting worse, but this is not breaking news.
They weren't getting drunk and high every night when the boys and Summer was there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the boys have lived it. You're right, the boys have lived it, but do we have to keep rubbing it in their faces and make them relive it online? Do we have to do that? The excuse I've heard that actually today so many times is, well, the boys lived it. It's okay. No,
Yeah,
it's
you don't
not.
know- you don't know that either. You don't know that they were getting drunk and high when the kids were there.
Well, they actually have admitted to that.
Well, occasionally, but not like this.
Yeah, we don't know. It's probably worse now than it was before, and that's the truth. Yeah. So yeah. Sickening. Their children will see that. That's nothing new. That's typical Friday night for Don and Candace. All they give a crap out is views and money, and that's disgusting. This is about Summer. Yes, and we are no closer today now with all of them doing that and sharing that around. We are not closer to Summer being home now. That was not eventful. It was not helpful. You're really going to come to my channel and tell me to shut up? Like, you just look pathetic at this point. Thank you for helping my channel, you moron. Like, do you see, like, even that right there? You don't like me, and you're supportive of them, and you're actually going to come on my platform and tell me to shut the fuck up. No. Listen, again, they were fucked up, right? And the whole birthday thing, forgetting the birthday, yeah, that does look bad. I will give everyone that they had to think about the birthday and they couldn't remember the birthday. But let's also keep in mind, you asked these people their daughter's birthday when they were drunker than drunk. They were fucked up beyond belief, and you're asking them serious questions like you're going to get serious answers, as if even when they're sober, they're answering shit seriously. You can't be shocked by their response on that. But they also have 8 kids between them and have a lot of drugs and alcohol and shit like that. Like, clearly their mind is not stable, and now everyone wants to judge them. Oh my god, they don't remember her birthday. Look at when the fuck you asked when Summer Moon's birthday was, though. Bad timing. And it was on purpose. You all knew that they were going to stumble on that. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. And I'm not saying that what they did is okay, or they, and they know that. They, like, yes, they say they're sorry. Do I believe they're sorry? I mean, they did what they did. Do I believe they're sorry now because it's a shit show? Yes, I believe that, right? But it's just, it was a total setup. It was sabotage. They didn't need any more help looking like that. Even like me making certain posts and having certain other creators, Chasing Truth is one who will be like, do you think like this Candace need more hate? No, you're probably right, she doesn't, but it gets on my nerves to constantly hear her being ungrateful. So I thought people should know about that. But still, I have not aired that kind of shit. And I learned something today. I learned I will never do that to any family now after watching today. And even hearing, as much as me and Candace like do not get along, that is what it is. But hearing her today was probably the most realistic crying I've heard to date. I don't know about that, Donita, but thank you so much. Very sweet. People target C for being slow, in my opinion, and why I feel Summer was kidnapped. It could be. Don and Candace said to you this morning. So when I called, Don was like, yeah, we're doing, we're all right, we're okay. He said, honestly, we fucked up. I messed up. We messed up. We got drunk. What everyone was expecting them to say. Here, and I'll pull them up on the text, but the phone call was short and sweet because, Candace was like, I don't need a psychotic bitch checking in on me. And I was like, okay, Candace, it's okay. So I hung up, and then Don tried to call me back a couple more times, but I was, I think I was doing dishes, getting ready for the morning stream we did earlier. But yeah, then texting with him. Yeah, he isn't proud of his actions last night. Of course not. Neither is Candace. Where is that? Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it. We just had to pause the screen for a minute, but that's just a little bit of him saying that he's sorry, they messed up, whatever. And, he was thanking me for keeping that shit out as much as I could off of my channel. He did thank me and did tell me, like, I messed up. I should have kept my circle small. Like, But yeah, he just kind of thanked me and said, thanks for not, exposing all that stuff and making an even crazy circus. But now it's all over with. I'm like, there's nothing much I can really do from here. But I don't think that was fair of them to take advantage of them like that, because that's exactly what they did. And Doug even read his text messages saying, like, come up here. Like, yeah, that's okay if you, what Don say, like, I haven't had anything to smoke, but I've had a couple drinks, and oh yeah, still you can come up here. Like, why are we encouraging them that? Because they wanted him to trip up. They wanted to catch that moment on their channel. And then the comments I'm getting on my channel today is, oh, Sherry, you're just mad that didn't happen on your channel. No, that didn't happen on my channel on purpose. We made damn sure that didn't happen as much as we could. A little bit did spill over because it's too hard to keep it all off there, but with as much as we were talking to them. But it's wrong. It's all wrong. Those creators cannot be proud of themselves. You guys can't be proud of that either, can you? Can you be proud of them for actually encouraging him to come on and drink and do that to try and get some answers? Is that actually helpful? CPS won't pay for mental health help. No, because they aren't considered victims at this point. Cotton candy boobs! So much pain. Terry, I'm going to send you the link. I'm sorry. Terry, there you go. Aw, cotton candy. You're so sweet. Thank you. Terry, there's the link. All right, I know some of y'all hate my voice, so I'm gonna smoke a half of a joint and let Mr. Share ramble on now.
Ramble on. Ah. So yeah, Cher's all fired up. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, well, they're adults. They chose to go on the lives, and you're right, they did. Like, no one forced them. But to say that they didn't understand that both Don and Candace have an addiction issue, to have them on knowing that they're drunk and whatnot, I mean, personally, I don't agree with that. And I know, like, people love to see the shit show. You know, people enjoyed seeing Don and Candace coming off the rails and all that. I don't, and we have seen it. We didn't post it because we just don't feel that that's right. I mean, other people do. That's their thing. I mean, more power to them. But we were about finding answers for Summer, not making Don and Candace look bad. And that's exactly what those people did. I mean, they knew that they weren't going to come out looking good. There's no way Don and Candace are going to look good when they're wasted. Oh, there's Terry.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you guys?
Oh, we're doing good.
Yeah. Well, just a few hours, short hours ago, right?
Yeah.
You were on live. This
Yeah.
it was a mess. I mean, like,
It was.
it was more of a shock. I mean, first with the Molly Golightly having him on speakerphone, and he's going off, and he never knew he was on live until the very end. And after after that, they invited him on the panel. That I don't know who that Laura is that's on there, but I never saw her before, and I really could care less if I ever see her again. I just I didn't like her. She was very pushy. Um, Candace, I want to say Candace was in a great deal of pain last night. Apparently the whatever, like the mouth work that she had done, the dental work, she has gum infection. She has to have all that taken out. And it's just she was in an excruciating pain. And she was drunk, I'm sure, I mean, but that's no reason to, I mean, like I think Molly Golightly and them, they had called over a couple of days, acting like reporters and, making prank phone calls. But last night, you know, he's going off on her on the phone, and she waits till the end to tell him that he was on live, and he was like, oh my god, oh my god. Then she brought him on the panel, and the two of them were fighting. I mean, I get it, like because Ziggy brought it in, and but they have been arguing, like it's like the longer they drink, the drunker they get, and the more, the nastier they get. I mean, it's the disease, it's just the disease. What are you going to do? If they don't get help for that, I wish Dr. Phil had sent them to some dual diagnosis place, that's what they really need. That's what their kids need, but then when Don said that, he had the 7 alibis and Candace has none, she's going down. I did not take that as him
You should take
saying
it
she did
exactly.
it.
You should take it exactly like that, because I've had private conversations with Donald where I tell him all the time, do not take charges you know don't belong to you. And he's never said anything about it. No, no, no. He just is like, I know. Like he doesn't ever, like, I'm telling people are thinking it's all done and looking away from Candace, and it's wrong. Like what he said is true. Like it's true. The one thing he
Well,
said,
what's true
well,
is that
drunk,
he
he does
actually
have
has an
alibis. She does
alibi,
not.
right? And she's more of the stay-at-home mom, so obviously she doesn't. I would not go so far as to say that he um that he was saying she did it. She was I won't go that far. If you want to, that's fine. I won't go that far. Because I did not
Hey, brother,
feel like he
Hey,
said
Benny.
that. I know, Benny.
I put the link in chat. Do you want me to text it to you? You probably don't want to, and that's okay. But if you do, we would love to have you up here. It's been a while, and everyone's been wondering how you're doing. Yeah, Harry.
Yeah, that's, they were arguing and they were doing whatever back and forth. And
But
people
it's
were
not.
saying that he was hitting her. I don't know if he was hitting her. You couldn't
Today,
see it.
according to her, no, that didn't happen. She didn't say that, and everybody just took something and heard wrong.
Yeah,
So
He did
and I
say that
was
he did it.
there.
I know what she said
So,
on the camera. I heard it, but I know what she said this morning, yelling and crying in the background. So it's whatever you all want to believe. But
right.
do I believe it? No, because you could hear a little scuffle. But I do want to say it varies. Look at how much they're drinking and doing other things than drinking.
right.
It's toxic, because I'm going to tell you right now what everyone witnessed last night. I've seen it reverse, where Dawn sits there and freaking takes it. I've seen her wailing on that man. and he sits there and like, would you please stop? Please, Candace, please. I'm sorry, guys. Candace, she's just really like sitting there taking it. They both are toxic for each other.
I was just going to say that. It's both of them.
Yeah.
It's not just one, it's both of them. That was really obvious last night.
Hit me in my
They have the disease, and they need help.
Hey, Carla. That's true. Yes. I've kind of wondered that there's been a couple of things that I've thought and wondered myself. I won't say it right now, but TBI knows what my concern was in that situation. I did have a concern that one person would allow the other to OD or take too much drinking or whatever, So that was a concern of mine before, and I told TBI
that one would allow the other to do too much,
well,
or
how would they be
poison
able to
them.
stop it when they're doing it together? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna be quiet right now. But I've had a couple different fears of that situation that TBI knows, and they're watching everything. They've told me that.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Well, that's why the whole
That's
arrest
good.
thing over the 30th kind of made me say, like, why now? Because I know that they've been watching. They could have pulled him over for all of those same charges 100 times. Why didn't they until the 30th?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From my
Yeah.
conversations, they're watching him like that, like close like that. So
Yeah.
yes, Susie. Yes, and nobody is doing anything about it. Now today I did offer again to help. I've offered numerous times. I've offered to help find therapy, rehab. And they've said no, we are just gonna quit drinking. Well, it's a great plan to have, but it's not that easy to just quit. Obviously.
Right. They need to, I just think at this point that they really need, if they were in a dual diagnosis, if Dr. Phil had done that for them, what a perfect time to do it. I mean, right now they don't have their boys. They would be able to get and do the services that they need to have done while they were there.
I think I monetized this. No, I don't remember. I cussed too many times anyways. I think I said the F word like 4 times now.
Hmm.
So we can cuss because I didn't monetize it. Fuck that shit. And okay, so what do you think about creators that know that they're drinking and smoking pot and doing other things too and know this, but tell them to come on the panel anyway? Terry, like honestly, what do you guys think about that?
Well, when I mean, like, they think they're probably always drinking. I don't like the way Doug handles it. I'll say that,
Mm.
because I watched that, like, oh, I'm drinking my seltzer, have what you want, or whatever. I mean, and the way it was when McDonough was on there, he didn't know. Don didn't know. I don't believe that he knew.
No, I'm calling bullshit on that. I know for a fact Don knew. Don and I have talked about that. No, Don knew that Chris McDonough was going to be on that panel. I do not want to defend Doug and the lab and all of them. I don't care for them or how they treat me or other women or other people, but I will like call out a lie when I know there's something a lie. And absolutely, Don did know that he would be on that panel. He was told by Doug. And again, I do not want to defend Doug, but I will say he was told. He did know.
Okay, somebody just asked, and I've been asked this and I haven't addressed it. Somebody just asked, Terry, you said Don's on all channels, but not yours. Do you really want him on your channel? No. No, I don't. I was making a joke on my channel that, you know, everybody's got his number except me. And I was laughing about it. He goes on everybody's channel except mine. If it had been in the beginning, maybe. At this point, absolutely not. I don't want him on my channel. I don't want him on my channel. So if, you know, you see him on my channel, then call me out on it. Until then, I don't want to hear
Well,
anymore.
here's the thing though, Terry. If you could have easily had him on your channel, he would have come on your channel with Benny or me or anybody. It's not that you couldn't
Right.
have him on your channel, it's just that it didn't
Right.
happen yet.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's,
And you've never even asked us,
but I
hey,
was
can you try and get
laughing. I was
yeah.
right. You know, and that was the thing too, that some people were saying, "Oh, she's got his number. Sure gave it to her." Well, I never asked you for it. I never. I mean, like,
Now
and I
hold
don't
on.
know that you would anyway.
Here, now are you all going to stop enabling them and let them hit bottom? We tried to tell you, still want the kids home, still going to send them money. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking to with that, but yes, Karma, on point. But
They're spiraling out of control. You guys all know this. So why even have them up on the panel when you know what's going to happen? People saying you're drunk, you should get off. If you can see they're drunk and you think they should get off, fucking kick them. You can't say, "Oh, you should get off," and then leave them on. No, kick them.
And that's right. The thing is, you know, what you don't want is the kids to be stuck in foster homes. You don't want that. Still want the kids home? Absolutely. When Don and Candace can get it together.
no,
When they
I
can get it
disagree.
together.
No.
Huh?
They've got a lot of work to do.
There's those kids should never be placed back in that home, and I'll tell you why. Don and Candace, the reason why, I don't know what you call it. I do have, is it sympathy for Don, even through bad shit he's done, because he wasn't taught any better. He was born into something that was going on for generations before him. Same with Candace. They need so much help. Like, they need not just a therapist, but they need a lot of help.
Right. I mean, it's not, you know, I'm not talking about that this is something that could happen overnight.
Well, Terry, I've been where those boys are, and I'm telling you,
Right.
at this point now, no, I don't believe that the boys would benefit. I do believe the boys benefit because here's where I'm at. I do not have a relationship with my biological mother, and here's why. Because to this day, even though the hell I have been through, she still puts needles in her neck and arm to this day. So I have no relationship with that woman because she has learned nothing, and she didn't even learn by having me taken away her oldest kid. I went through all of what I went through, and she didn't learn with me. She didn't learn with my sister. She didn't learn with my other brother or my other sister. That's just the kids I know about. So 4 of us, she didn't learn. And still to this day, does the same shit. So the best thing Don and Candace can do for their boys to have a future and not wonder, did all this happen for nothing? The best thing that they can do, and Don, you're listening, I know, you have to get help. And I offered you again today to get you help, and you think you can just quit cold turkey, and you can't. But if you want your kids to be proud of you one day and think, you know what, I went through this hell, but at least my mom and dad learned something. At least they tried to make it better. Because if you don't, they're never going to want to have anything to do with you again. Maybe that's what you want. I don't know. But I know how I feel even as a grown-ass adult today. How I feel about my own mother. I'll never talk to that bitch again. Never. That you guys don't understand at all. I don't even understand the moves that I'm making half the time. But I'm going with how my heart is making me go. And that's what I'm always going to do. But Don and Candace, if you want to, it's not too late for them to fix this. Even if, let's say, they're guilty of, they've done something to Summer. I think they can still do something with their lives where their kids would still want a relationship with them. But if they don't try and change their lives right now, their kids are not going to want to have anything to do with them. And they're ruining their kids. They are putting their kids, all three of them boys, I'm going to predict their future right now. They are going to be addicts. They're probably one or two of them. Like, they are going to have a hell of a life from that day forward, even from who knows what life was like before Summer went missing. But in all honesty, their life has changed forever now. And either they're going to see that their parents learned from that. Okay, I went through this, but what is mom and dad doing now? What is mom and dad changed in their life? Did I go through this hell for nothing? Or did my parents learn something from this? I'm actually getting super emotional because those kids are not okay. They're never going to be okay. Probably the rest of their life, because I'm not even okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I can't understand because I grew up in a nice household. But yeah, what these kids were growing up in, I mean, what we saw last night wasn't a typical day, but I'm sure it did happen from time to time, and kids should never be subjected to that. They need to get help.
Yeah.
It's hard. You know, I know I shouldn't even be bothering with the chat, but it's like, you know, you got I'm sorry, but one idiot, you know, you're crazy, Terry. Those kids should never go. You know, I'm not fucking crazy. Okay. What I am, you know, but it really pisses me off, Cher. And, you know, because I care. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be okay enough to have their kids back. If they can't, then they can't. But I'm not fucking crazy. I'm not horrid like somebody else said. You know,
You know, I just
we're
want to
all
say
having
something
a
to
hard
that.
time with this.
Terry, you are a rare gem because not many people watching this right now can say they would rather see Don and Candace pull themselves together and get their kids back. They would rather see what happened last night. They want to see these people suffering.
Yeah.
They enjoy that more than to see them actually pull themselves up and get out of this. And that's just the sad reality. I know a lot of you in the chat are going to say, no, that's not true, but you damn well know it is.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you 90% of you would rather see them fail. So Terry might come across looking crazy, but she's actually right. Okay, my rant's over.
Thank you. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to ever happen, you know,
Yep.
because these two, they cannot do this on their own. There's absolutely no way. If they could have, they would have.
Mhm.
You know.
No, they were born into this. They need so much help. They need a damn team, because I need a team. Like,
Yeah.
what they were born into. God damn, people are stupid. How do you come to someone's channel and tell them to shut up? It's actually kind of funny.
You just want to like have the live go and just silence?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see everyone disagreeing with me. How many of you watched that shit show?
They all did.
Yeah.
Thousands of
Why'd
them.
you watch it then?
Mm-hmm.
When you heard it was a shit show, did you watch it?
I mean, he told me today he was going to be done with social media, and I said maybe that's good for a little while, but, you know, who knows? He could change his mind tomorrow. I don't know why Dr. Phil didn't. Maybe it was offered and they didn't take him up on it. I have no idea. I have offered it, and I've been told no thank you right now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I agree, Jay. I agree, and that's how I feel, and that's how their kids are going to feel. And Like that's
Well,
why I
that's what
continue
addicts are.
doing this.
Addicts are selfish, period.
They are. They are.
Yeah, it's all about
Mhm.
them. And even when they get clean, a lot of
But the,
times it's still the way they are. So it's a lot of work.
Mhm. They didn't choose this. They were born into it. Did they choose to? It's a choice to break the cycle, right? You can do it if you want to, but it's not
Right.
easy. It's easier said than done, honestly.
Yeah.
You can always hope for the best, yes. But
Yeah.
being a realist, um, the only way I can see Candace and Dawn, if you want any relationship with your children, because they're getting older now. And in fact, I was asked at 11 years old, what did I want? Did I want to continue visits with my parents? Did I still want to go through that shit? Because it's hard on a kid even just knowing, okay, well today at 1 o'clock you have a call with your parents. Well, you know what happens with 99% of kids who are in the system and they know it's time to have a meeting with their parents? They're going to act out. They're going to get told. Some kids don't even get told they're having a meeting with their parents until it's like 5 minutes time to talk to your parents, because a lot of times in that situation it triggers us as children and brings us back to the traumatizing time, and it's anxiety, it's wild. Like I used to have to go visit my mom and my baby siblings in what was like a kid prison. Not a kid prison for kids, but a safety area place where our parents couldn't just take off or be alone with us. But as a kid, like I was
Yeah.
telling this share, I remember being in like a gymnasium, like it looked like a prison, like where you go meet people for prison, and barbed wire on the fence and alarms on doors and people standing around watching each meeting going on, because you cannot even go to the bathroom alone with your parent because they could do something to you in that quick time. They could hurt you, they could try to run with you or any of that. All of this is very scary for these children. We don't need to be putting out more shit to even further rub their damn faces in all of this. But yes, it's basically a prison. It's a visitation center, where you go. But even the phone calls, like I remember I would act out. They had to finally tell me, like, stop telling me ahead of time, because I didn't even, it's not that I was trying, like, oh, I'm going to talk to my mom on Thursday. I'm going to be a bitch for the next 3 days. Like, it's not even anything that's planned. It's just something that happens because you don't even realize you're acting out. These kids are already in a living hell, you guys. We don't need to be
Yeah.
posting shit like that to help it.
When you went through that, were you offered services like counseling
Yes, like
and
you get
stuff
it
like
as
that?
being, those kids will have it because that's part of being
Yeah,
in
they'll
an
have it.
institution like that. They will be offered that. Candace and Don aren't considered victims, so they're probably not offered that. They would have to get health insurance or whatever. Or they could get off their asses and put the bottle down and go to the courthouse and fight for some rights for themselves. If they are truly victims in all this, go fight for your victim rights and put the goddamn bottle down and get some fucking help. Don't do it for you guys, do it for your children. That's the only way that anything good can come of this, no matter what happened to Summer, what they have done or haven't done to Summer. For the boys' sake, they still need to get help, no matter what. For the boys to have
Mm.
a chance at a healthy future and not think that what they have gone through has been for nothing at all.
And that
And
is
feel
what
like they
is
want
most
to kill
important.
themselves. Because I promise you right now, them boys are going to get to an age thinking, my mom and dad didn't want me. What the fuck am I doing in this life? And they will try to commit suicide. Mark my words. And will everybody be proud
And
then? Because that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Statistically, 2 of those 3 boys will try at least one time to kill themselves before they are 16. Show them statistics and then see if you're so happy posting all that shit that you're posting about Don and Candace fighting and arguing, and they're never rubbing in their faces. They're never get the boys back. Because when you say that to hurt them, you're hurting the boys too.
and how many of the boys have already been blaming themselves? My
That's
guess
true.
would
We've
be all
heard that too.
three. Yeah.
Yes, trigger warnings,
That's
but
just
I'm
something that's
speaking
not.
from experience. So, I mean, trigger warnings, yes, trigger warnings. Throughout everything that I do on any of my shows, usually trigger warnings. Yeah, sorry, but
Hi,
it's the
Jennifer.
honest to God truth. I'm speaking from experience. I've been in the place where the boys are.
Yeah.
For all but 5 years of my childhood, I bounced around from home to home to home to home to home.
I like that, Mary T. Lift the boys up in prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for the boys. Because, yeah, they're not going to get adopted either. No one's going to adopt a 15-year-old.
13, yeah,
That's
and
the
the other thing, they're older. All three of them boys are above the age of 5, and they need serious help. I'm telling you, that's right. Miss Sure is right, because I've been through that too. If you are 5 or over, and 5 is even cutting it close, you basically have to be like 2 or under, because every family wants a child that doesn't have the memories yet, or people that
yeah.
adopt. That's 9 times out of 10. They don't want an older child. Older children that are above 5 years old have the hardest time being placed. Me, I went back and forth between 5 and 7, but when I finally was like full time in foster care, I was just about 7 years old. Nobody wanted me, but you know what they did want? They wanted my 2-year-old sister. So I went and fought like hell to keep in the same home as my sister, and I was separated from her for a little while, and I would on purpose act out so that I'd be like, I want to see my sister. I want to see my sister. You guys want me to stop being bad? Give me my sister. And now look how that turned out. But yeah. Yes, thank you, Mr. Positive. It's a very sad thing. So when people are trying to hurt Don and Candace because they're angry, and I understand their feelings because I'm angry too, I don't think people are actually understanding the whole picture. Because yeah, you're hurting Don and Candace, okay? But you're hurting the boys too.
I mean, like, this is gonna sound weird, I guess, to everybody else, but I know I
Oh,
feel
Bobby.
a lot more comfortable knowing where the boys are. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, just being like the guardian ad litem. Both of the cases that I have right now, the kids aren't going to go back to the parents. And that will be a recommendation. So if I was on the case, you know, I don't know.
mm,
And I only say I don't know is because I don't know all the details. Have they been given a case plan? Are they do they have one and they're not using it? I mean, I'd be concerned because summer was gone. And I'm talking strictly as a guardian ad litem, what I'd be thinking. So that would worry me. That alone would worry me.
mhm.
Okay, well, maybe,
There's some
whatever.
comments getting deleted that shouldn't be.
Oh, Mr. Share says there's comments being deleted that aren't nasty, so just be mindful of what you're deleting, please.
Probably because the chat's jumping.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But like Ziggy putting out whether it's fake or real or not, them damn case files should never have been leaked. Fake, real, I don't care, should never have been done.
No. No, I've always agreed with you on that one. That's why I did that. I mean, it was fake. I say it was fake because it would be real easy to figure out who did it because only a certain number of people have those actual um documents.
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I mean, you might know something from the inside, that I don't know from where I'm at. I don't know. But
No, she was only 5. She has a Facebook page? I did put it on. So, you know, guys, I'm actually going to end it here because it's 4 and we're going to be live at 7 on our joint channel. But tonight, I mean, we can talk about whatever. We bought Bean Boozled pickup sticks. We've got a deck of cards for like Go Fish. We just wanted to have like a game night on Mr. and Mrs. Share. I'm going to drink some pot and relax and just try and enjoy my Saturday night because I don't like this is like it's a distraction, and you know what, we're not getting any more answers about that. So if you guys want to just let loose for an hour or two tonight, play some games with us online, hang out, and just like let your hair down and forget about everybody else's problems and just like we owe ourselves like some time too. So let's just have a family game night tonight on Mr. and Mrs. Share. Yes, I said drink some pot. I
Just
got
gonna I was waiting for you to stop, and I was gonna say, please tell me how the hell you drink pot.
Okay, hold on, I'll try. You buy it. You buy these hot drinks.
Pot drinks.
So this one's an iced tea.
Oh,
Lemon iced tea. Tweed.
tweed.
And it is
That just seems like a Saturday Night Live thing, you know? Hey, have
THC.
some tweed.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I got lemon and then a raspberry one. And then these are like a soda pop and it's mango pineapple also weed. So these pop ones are 10 milligrams and the iced teas are 5 milligrams. I keep my blunts in the fridge because Mr. Share hates the smell of marijuana. And then I got lemon poppy seed muffins, which you can just eat one muffin at a time, but they come with 2 of them in there. Because I've been working, I'm probably gonna try and quit smoking pot because I'm starting my tooth journey, Terry, and I don't want to ruin those teeth. I want to take such good care of them. I don't want to make them
Oh,
yellow or
yeah.
anything. So
So you can drink it.
I will drink it and eat it and maybe
Honey,
indulge in a
yeah.
blunt from time to time. But yeah, I'm gonna try not to be smoking pot as much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, before you end up getting off, somebody had asked me a question. I don't really know the answer. I was thinking maybe Mark would know.
Mhm.
After this is all said and done, do you think there'd be a way that YouTube could would get rid of all of those videos, like with Summer and Donnie Candace and the boys? I mean, for the sake of the children, most of all. Do you think? I mean, like I couldn't really think of a way. It would certainly be nice, but
I think the only way would be Don and Candace would have to hire a media attorney, and maybe they could scrub some of it. But
yeah,
I think once it's out there, it's kind of out there.
yeah, yeah. It just kills me. That's the one thing that gets me is that if those boys haven't seen it yet, they will. Especially like, you've said plenty of times, the 13-year-old, he's already
Mhm.
been on. If he's been able, he's been on.
Yeah. If he's going to
Yeah.
school or anything and his friends have phones, like for sure there's ways around it. Like I used to get around it. I used to bump into my mom and help her plan my kidnappings. So yeah, they can definitely get a hold of a phone, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, probably.
Druggies. Well, it's legal here in Canada, so
We should be moving on. I mean, like I'm not saying moving on, forget about Summer's existence, but there's just so much shit going on that, that I think we all saw coming. We all
mm,
saw it. We knew that it was going to hit the fan, and I'm just
Oh,
wondering, if there's nothing new with the case, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
just
just move
more of
on
the
with.
same, and now we're just watching them come apart.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all that's happening now.
And that is just, why do people want to see that? Why do they want to
It's a natural thing. We all like it. Like he was saying yesterday, we watch America's Funniest Videos and stuff, right? Because people are
Yeah,
getting hurt
yeah,
and we laugh at it. It's just a natural thing. But you guys,
yeah.
okay, there's the live for tonight. And it's going to be just a hangout. Let's family game night, drinking. Terry's going to drink some wine probably and get silly. I don't know. She's going to go to the store and get some CBD. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get wild.
And a girl at Sean
Maybe.
yeah.
Terry's gone wild.
Terry got
I'd
wild.
love to see Terry just get all silly.
Get all silly.
Oh my gosh.
I'd love to see
How
that.
funny.
Mr. Positive says he's coming up on panel tonight, y'all.
Oh,
I got that,
cool.
Val. I did receive that. Thank you. I'll take a peek at it. Dalen, I hope you're doing well. Love you. That's me. But yeah, you guys come up on the panel and play games, hang out, bring your wine, bring your weed, and let's just let loose, let our hair down, and just hang out. Because this morning was fun. Just coffee and chit-chatting was fun. Mr. Sher wants to make it an every Saturday morning thing now. Bobby, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock our time.
Bobby!
Bobby! Hugs to all. Well, thanks everyone. Thank you to the haters. And yeah, just think about it. Some of you creators, friends, please think about it. If you've shared any of that stuff, maybe just think about deleting it. If not, I totally get it too. But it's the people who encourage them to come on panel to try and get a hot clip like that. It's just not necessary. And yeah, everyone, please remember those boys in prayers because they're going through hell and always have been. But I don't want to help feed into that because that's the last thing I want to do. To everyone in the comments yesterday, I have been in touch and we are setting it's either going to be the police station, Hawkins County Police Station, or the Churchill Rescue Squad or the fire hall. One of those three places, hopefully Monday that I get an okay where we can send Christmas gifts for the boys to be dropped off at. I had a couple of people say, well, where should we send it to the church if we want to do that? And I said, no, don't do that because the church shouldn't even know where those boys are. That's, it's closed files, so they are being protected. The only people that could get them Christmas gifts would be, I'm guessing, the police and their social workers. So I am just waiting for a return call on where exactly we can send that for the boys. And yeah, either the police station or the fire hall is what it sounds like it's going to be. And should you guys want to get something for the boys for Christmas, they'll send it there, make sure that the boys get it. Something like that I'm trying to work out because a lot of you actually came up with that idea in the comments. So great idea. And because I know some people were like, we don't want to send anything to Don and Candus or whatever, but how can we help the boys? So
I can tell you what we're doing for Kiana's son. We had to make up an Amazon wish list. And when they do that, I don't know exactly how it's done, but it only had one of the person's names, no address, and it says
yeah, but
address is hidden.
we're not going to send stuff to Don and Candus though. And when
No,
you
I
make a wish
know,
list,
but
it goes to Don and Candus. We can't know where the boys are. None of us can.
oh, okay,
So we can't make a wish list in their name. It has to be to the police because they are the only ones that know where those boys are.
right.
Thank you, Lori.
Well, okay. Well, you can figure that out then. Yes, Jennifer, I'll go live and I'll name it after you. I don't know why, but you're coming up on panel.
I'll go get alcohol or drugs. Get both. Oh, and I'll go to alcohol or drugs. Oh. I
That's like the second or third time.
That's funny.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good wish list to the police department. Yes, but calling them, they were trying to figure out would it be the police department or would it be the fire department? So we will have answers and yeah. And you guys are feel free to call too if you want to. But yeah, I was trying to get the answer for that and hopefully I'll have that by Monday for y'all and we can make sure those boys have a
Have a nice Christmas.
Have a nice Christmas, but I feel bad even saying that because it's going to be their first Christmas not at home. So
Yeah.
with that, I'm going to end it, and we'll see you tonight.
Okay.
Over the crazy train to the
Catch you
train.
later.
Welcome to the Crazy Train. Choo-choo. Key to crime. Oh, bye, Terry. Love you. All right, see you guys in a couple hours. 3 hours. Yeah, like 2 hours and 45 minutes. We got Bean Boozled. We're about to eat some onion and liver jelly beans.
Oh, God.
That's one of the ones I read. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm not gonna
It's no, I'm not gonna like it either. All right, love y'all. Bye.
click that link.
Click the link.